Howdy all, and welcome to part 23 of my playthrough series of Conan Exiles Enhanced. I am up here in the jungle, and in fact I'll show you right where I'm at. I'm here along this little channel that separates this island that has the ruins of Zelha, or the Forgotten City of Zelha, and this little island that is just ahead of this island that has the Descent of Dagon. The reason I'm here is I am going to build a new base up here in the jungle where I can put a Transportory Stone so I can teleport from... zoom way out and move way over from either my base up here or my main base over here, just by using the Transportory Stones. Of course, there is always the option of building a map room and using the obelisks that are all around the exiled lands, and I think the obelisk for this one is right up here. So it's not that far away. I just like the idea of having my own spot that I can go to. And at the end of the last video, I had managed to harvest enough black blood to do the next stage in sorcery that would bring me to the end where I can learn the Transportory Stone. And it turns out, once I did that offline, I needed to go back and get more black blood for the next one, and also more witchfire powder than I had at either location. So I went back up into the mountains up here, and I finally discovered the fourth, I knew there were four, the fourth cave, which was the Lockstone Cave, the southernmost in the whole chain of caves of the Children of Jill. And this is the one where the three skull boss inside of it has a skeleton key if you harvest him, because there's a chest in here, a legendary chest. I don't remember what I got. It wasn't anything fantastic. But, so, these drop tools, the black blood tools, which are all really cool, and this one actually drops a skeleton key, and there's a chest right in there, so you can use it immediately. So I got all the extra black blood, and then I had to go all the way over to the Mountains of the Dead over in here to harvest witchfire powder off of the whites that are over there. They fixed the problem of the whites disappearing into the landscape when you try to harvest them, but there's still a real pain in the butt to try to hit their harvesting hitbox, particularly with a sickle, which is what you need to get the witchfire powder. That took way longer than I needed, or wanted. But ultimately what it resulted in was I did the next sorcery item, or sorcery step, and it completed, that was it. It completed sorcery and gave me the Transportory Stone. So I've built one at both of my other two bases, and now I'm about to build a base up here where I can put another Transportory Stone and a small regular base so that I could actually have... I can do some stuff up here, although I'm not really that interested in doing too many things as far as crafting and so on. Being able to bring people and animals and so on back with me through the Transportory Stones, if I'm up here harvesting a ton of stuff, I'll just put them on Ulrich, who's following me, or I finally named horse Yukidama, which is snowball in Japanese. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is place somewhat outside of the building area a storage chest. So you see, I brought along everything I need to make a higher end large chest. And then get over here. Okay, well. Oh, no, I didn't want to get on horse. Oh, I forget. I keep Anyway, let's get to horse's inventory. Oh, horse doesn't have any food. I must have taken all of horse's food off. Also, horses attack and so on. I guess it doesn't matter because horse isn't going to attack at all. Are kind of screwed up. All right, let's put a lot of this stuff in here. I hope I brought enough brimstone. That is for building. Let's make sure everything that I need for building is in here. Don't want those. I had to kill a couple of things as soon as I showed up here. Let's see. Let's take your stuff. Come on. Do I have any more down there? No. All right. And let's get this over here. Since I have the space, let's just go ahead and put that stuff in there. Not that it's going to last. Okay, so now I am going to put these two over here out of the way, and I don't think they're going to attract the attention of anything that's going to attack them if it respawns. I think the closest thing is that salamander or whatever they call them up there. I don't think I have to worry about that guy coming too close. Alright, so the angle I want is as much flat space on either side. So we will start with I think I'm going to go with mostly stable and flotsam out here. Yeah. So I want a stable foundation right about, let's see, I want to make sure it's aiming in the right direction. I'm aiming over there. I want high enough that once I start building back here. Alright, so now I'm going to build a let's see. I'm going to build a giant, not giant, a relatively large. You know, actually, I think I like the wood going that way. What am I doing? I was going to build this out of there we go. Ceiling pieces. So that I can get let's see. I think I want it. No, do I want it that way? That way. So that I can get the pillars at the corners. Come on, there we go. Alright, so now we go to ceiling. And I think I already am probably going to need to put pillars inside. Why am I not? Come on. That one. Yeah, there we go. That took too long to figure out. I think I'm going to be needing to put pillars out here very quickly. Yeah, I can't build any more. So, let's get some center pillars. Come on, get underneath there. There we go. I think we'll just do the same over here. Under this one. Under this one. And... come on. Under. There we go. Alright, and back to the squares. And the triangles. You're going to give me a problem, aren't you there, Rabbit? And we'll put center pillars under those two pieces as well. Alright, and so from here, let's go back to the squares. So we go square. No, we don't want it. We want it. Come on. Allow me to rotate the square. There we go. That way. And that way. That way. You're gonna make me kill you, aren't you, Rabbit? Yep. Oh, I still can't rotate it. Why can't I rotate that guy? Now I gotta get rid of the corpse, because that will still prevent me from building. Okay. And there we go. Not sure why I couldn't rotate that. Alright. Good. Good. That's good. There we go. Come on. Alright, and now in the middle. And in this one, we'll put center pillars all the way underneath the center here. For that additional support, because now do I want to build the Transportory Stone? Oh, look. There's also alligators on this island. Do I want to build the Transportory Stone now or not? Okay, I've got everything I need for this one. Put it pretty much right in the center. Guess it doesn't matter, but I will have one of the open sides aiming this way. Alright, and now let's go back to building pieces. Back to stable. And I'm going to put gate frames, and I need them facing inward to be able to do what I want to do. Which I discovered the last time I built something like this, as I recall. I spent way too much time trying to figure out why I couldn't get the large fake window thing going the way I wanted it to, and it was because I was having all of these... Oh! Hey, buddy. Hey, dodged your poison. Yay. Oh, since you've respawned too and you're going to come at me. There. Alrighty. Let's see. Where was I? Wrong. There we go. And now for here, I'm going to go with door frames. Said I'm going to go with door frames. Oh, why won't you rotate? Alright, heck with it. And in between, we're going to go with lattice walls. Oh, I know what I forgot to bring. I'm probably going to have to go around and harvest some fiber. Plant fiber. For the roof. I might have enough that I'll change that and make like an Argosian. I don't want to go Argosian. Like a Nemedian roof or something. Let's see. So here I want fences. Which can't go in there. I don't want the flotsam fence because it's just netting. I don't want the Argosian. Am I gonna have to go with like reinforced stone? That's what I got the material for. I don't want all of these spikes sticking out, but I guess that's what I'm gonna go with. Since that's what I've got the material for. Alright, and now we will replace all of those with the stable door frames. And we've got the larger fake open windows. I said. Alright, now, do I want to... So I can go with Nemedian. I can't go with flotsam because I don't have enough plant fiber. And as I recall, plant fiber is kind of a pain in the butt around here in the jungle, which seems completely counterintuitive. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. I want to stick with a particular look. So I will harvest as much plant fiber as I can around here real quickly. Probably only going to need a few hundred. Actually, I'll probably need more than that because I am going to be building something over here on this side as well. So let's go ahead and harvest as much of this stuff around here as I can get. You know what? If I was a decent person while I'm right here, you get some vines to feed horse. Yukidama. Since I had apparently taken all of his food away, that's enough right now. Vines, where are you? There you are. Alright, there you go. Any other really easily noticeable piles of... No. Of plant fiber. Alright. Let's put the plant fiber in there. Ditch. Alright. So let's go with... Alright, these will be... Come on. I'm not that close to it. There we go. So anywhere where there's a double, because we're at... So here as well. Come on, I'm really not that close. Am I out of plant fiber already? I'm out of branches. Really? Well, trees are not a problem. Best way to get branches... I guess I'm going to have to go with a hatchet because I don't have a pickaxe on me, which would give me some of everything, which would be handy. Alright. Remember to bring branches, folks, if you're building. Or certainly if you're building anything that's going to be using the basic roofing material from the first sets, sandstone or flotsam. I mean, since I'm going to be building the second half of this thing mostly in flotsam, it's definitely not going to hurt to have a lot of wood. But it also doesn't exactly make for thrilling and... Oh, all right. Should have paid attention. Now I gotta walk really slowly past the horse to the chest. Alright, let's get the wood in there and the branches. I'm probably going to need a lot more branches than that. Let's go ahead and put these things that came from me deleting some stuff at some point. Alright, where was I? These two over here. And then this one. That's the one I don't get. Why this always has such a hard time just automatically filling into that spot. It goes in, but it always rotates in the wrong direction. Alright, now, to fill this in... I think it's got to be all this stuff, right? Come on. Come on, Hammer. You can figure it out. So now I need the invert. No? Yes? No? You're not going to do it? You're not going to make it? Am I using the wrong one? No, I'm using the right one. Or am I? Inverted wedge. That's a corner. Yeah, so that's the one I want. And it is very much saying no. Do I need some sort of support? What sort of support can I build there without getting in the way of the stone? Let's see. How about... Can I put a corner pillar? That's the way out, so I don't want to block that. Alright, let's see if that works. No. Well, that didn't help. I don't want to build ceilings here, but I think I might have to. Alright, you know what? Maybe that's what was required. I built one of these as a test earlier, offline. I don't recall that I had to build ceilings, but I might have had to. Triangle. There we go. Come on. All right. Stop. Give me a hard time about rotating. All right. Screw it. I need to have something there more than I need to have it exactly where I want it to be. All right, now if I go with, come on. There we go. Okay. Let's see. And I was going to put corner pillars, let's see, at the corner of, or at the point of every, oh, I can't put it there because that's actually a, all right, so I guess we'll start over here. And at each one of the intersections between the double section and the single section. Right. Okay, now I'm going to build. I'm going to climb up on that. Apparently I am. I am going to build a walkway across the waterway. Okay. So I'm completely clear of the waterway. I definitely need to put pillars down in there to support them now that I'm over here. I didn't exactly have in mind what I'm going to make over here. I think it's going to be something with a walk around. So, back to stable. Yeah, I got way more of this than I have of anything else. So, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This doesn't need to be that big. So I think we'll do 4 by 3. And then surround the whole thing with a walk around. And then, so we'll go back to stable walls. Alright, so we'll put the doors there. Lattice walls there. You know, I think I want the lattice walls on the corner. So we'll do the door trick here as well. I mean the fake window trick here as well. And now I have to remember, what did I use for reinforced stone for the fencing. Actually, I want to be able to walk through the back here as well. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and replace these with lattice doors. And now I'm actually going to replace these with lattice doors to get the big fake windows. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to want... Ooh, I probably don't have enough. Of something for fences. Probably stone, because I think I must have got enough wood. Alright, do I have enough to... I do.
Hey.
So we'll go with stairs, I guess in the median. So we can get out of here. And we will put a door frame on either side. And a lattice door, not a lattice wall. There we go. Ha! Take that, rabbit. Which means we don't need doors in here. Once we've got the door frames to the outside, and now nothing can come up. Alright, so I want a second floor. Oh, you know what? I need... these. I actually think I want these. I'm not going to be able to... We have to replace all these, right? Yeah. Alright. To do what I want... Am I going to have to... go... pillar... Flotsam fence. Wooden support strut. No, it won't replace it. Guess I have to do a doorway. Yeah. Alright. So, we're going to have to go pillars all the way around. Start with that. He says. Pillars all the way around. Why aren't you doing this? Alright, well at least we can do it this way. Get rid of all of those. Oh, salamander is back. All right. Doorway. Stairs first. Doorway. Oh, back to the pillars. Doesn't want to do this while these guys are there. Or apparently while these guys are there. That's what it is. It's the fences that are the problem. Which means I need to start this all over again because I can't put the fence in there now. But I can put, I'll put that guy back in there later. Alright. Flotsam fences. Not in here, those are going to be the doors. Can I put the fences back in here? Yes, and yes. Alright. We'll put you back in here. Even though you won't aim the right way. Alright, so now, replace all of the pillars. Or frames, or whatever they call those things. Gate frame pillars, yeah, pillars. No, not those two. And we'll go ahead and finish that up. Alright, good. Now, just to keep the rabbits and stuff out, let's go ahead and add the doors. Alright. Gonna need a second level of walls, and I think gonna have them be partially solid. The reason I want the second level of walls, all right, and then go back to lattice, I think. I'd like to do something different up there. I don't want to do flotsam. That's going to look yucky. Yeah, no, I really don't want... Yeah. Nope, we'll stick with the lattice walls. Now, I understand that this is basically just a basic box, but I want to cover the whole walkway. Oh, gonna have to get outside to do this, I think. Yeah, like this. All right. Now, get some corners. Come on, you did it. Nope. Yep. If I jump up there, I'm gonna take damage. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong spot. It's like, why doesn't that... Come on. There we go. Alright, so now I've got an entire covered walkway all the way around. Now I got to figure out what I want to do as far as... I'd like to do something interesting and different. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will. Let's go... I don't know how interesting or different this will be, but... oh, I can't... So now I am going to have to use a different building material to create the wedge walls. I don't want to go with stone, I don't think. So I either have to go with reinforced stone. I don't have the insulated wood. Yeah. Reinforced stone is going to look like stone. Flotsam is, I think, going to look like garbage. No, actually I like that. Alright, we'll go with Flotsam then. Come on. Nope, wrong one. Alright, and now I need a rooftop cap, which I don't think Flotsam has. Oh, it does. Oh, that's right. It's got that weird one that sticks out. Yeah, we'll go with that. Well, I'm not going to be able to finish it up, though, that's for sure. Probably going to run out of branches again. Would be my guess. Do I need it to be this tall? Heck no. Let's go with... No, just rooftop sections. There we go. And... plant fiber. I'm almost out of branches too, but... Alright, did any of that plant fiber respawn? Nope. I guess I'm going up this way, which means I'm probably going to have to kill... Weapon would be better to kill. That guy. Plant fiber? Well, there's a little bit right here. Oh, I swapped that tool out. Oh yeah, all this stuff right here has respawned. It's 45 minutes. I haven't even activated the Transportory Stone yet. But let's finish this off so we can essentially call the build done before I do that. Oh, that's plenty of plant fiber. Just to be sure, let me whack down a tree or two to make sure I have enough branches. And this time I'll pay attention to make sure I'm not overly encumbered. Come on, tree. I think I'll call that good. I don't think I can get another tree. Alrighty. Let's get inside. I'm gonna do this without looking at my character's panties. I guess I can't do that without looking at my character's panties. Alright. Done. So it's pretty simple. Like I said, I don't need much up here. Mainly what I need is this Transportory Stone and oh, you know what? I need to get everybody following me again. And I need to get... Oh, picked up a rock. Yay. Okay, get over here so I can take stuff out of this chest. How about if we get over here? That's a little bit better. Alright, this is going to be fun. Boom. Actually, Ulrich has more space. So let's just put everything on Ulrich. I'll keep that because I need that. I need that, and I need that. Let's see. Feathers. Oh, that must have been from harvesting. I don't need you guys. Do I need the ichor? I don't think I do. I think that was... Alright, so now let's move the chest into... here. Alright, now, so you open the Transportory Stone. You can see you've got two things that you can do. I can ignite it, and it says for the clan, because the idea, this is a way for your clan to move around from, you know, spot to spot. Or I can then extinguish it. If I want to ignite it, I need... Oh, those are the only two things I need. I don't need the fragment... Why don't I need a fragment of power? Why did I think I needed a fragment of power? What was that? So this is going to take a while, and it's going to give me some corruption. And boom, it's activated. You see a decent amount of corruption. About, what, maybe 10%? 15%? So, if I get out of the way, you can see that that activation dome is gone. But once I approach it, now that I've activated it, it's there. Once I get inside, there are two stones here. One is for the new base at North Tyros' Passage, and the other is for the main base at the West Ironbreaker Ridge. So we're going to go to the newer base. So you just press E to interact with that particular stone. And we teleport, and here we are. I can't really see out, so I don't know which direction I'm going in. There we go. Look at how much corruption I have. That's why there is a dancer right there. So I'm going to need a tier 4 dancer. I don't need a tier 4. Tier 3 or above will do fine. I'm going to need a dancer at each location. I do have one here, and I have one back at the main base. Those are the only 2 dancers I have. I need to go get another one, and the easiest way to do that is, of course, in Sepper Maru, to get either Luba or Thutmekri. So I'm going to do that offline. This is the other thing that they changed at some point a little while ago. That would have taken forever for all of that corruption to clear. And it's all gone now. Let me step back in here. So you can see now the 2 stones are the main base, West Ironbreaker Ridge, but now this one says West Dagon's Eye. So that's the jungle one. And without having a dancer out there, I don't think I want to go back and show off my build, but that's my jungle build for the Transportory Stone. You know what? I do have a dancer at the main base. Let's go ahead and do that, and we'll see how much this one gives me in corruption for that big jump. See, that's hardly any. Because the distance wasn't that great. Oh, I do have Luba. So who is the one I thought... So I guess I can go get Thutmekri. I can load up some of... a couple of my fighters with truncheons and go into places like... Skulker's End and so on, because there's often Anissa the Daggers or Anissa Daggers. Anyway, there's often a dancer down there, and that's one of the easiest places to knock people out. Particularly where I have a couple of Seth's truncheons, it'll just be a piece of cake. But all of that said, we're over 50 minutes now. So, thank you all for joining me on this particular playthrough of Conan Exiles Enhanced. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, feel free to give it a thumbs down. If you have any comments or questions about anything that I did here, or any videos we post on Nerd Caliber, please do leave them in the comment section below. If you are not a subscriber and you like this sort of stuff, please do consider subscribing. And maybe clicking on the notification bell icon so you get notified when new videos go up. All of that said, do please stay safe, be well, and bye-bye.